So Mario Kart World has been out for quite some time now, and people have already got their impressions on the game, and a lot of people seem to really be enjoying this game for what it was worth for a while. But due to Nintendo's recent decisions and due to their latest update, apparently people are no longer having fun with the game. And I've been seeing a lot of backlash and a lot of controversy online surrounding Mario Kart World and its newest update. And apparently, it has a lot of people up in arms to the point where I heard the game is even getting review bombed so badly. It's getting to the point where people are considering going back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because the newest update for Mario Kart World has basically ruined the whole fun of the game. So for this video, I just want to talk about Mario Kart World, and I just want to give my thoughts and opinions on the whole situation that's unfolding here. Now, of course, I still do not have a Switch 2. I still have no interest of getting one, and if I ever were to consider it, it would just be so I can play games like Elden Ring. But of course, like I've said already, I still have no interest in this console whatsoever. But however, that doesn't mean I'm going to still pay attention to the news, because video game news is video game news, and that's what I like to cover on this channel. So apparently, the newest update for Mario Kart World just recently rolled out, and apparently the way that some people are calling this is intermission tracks. So apparently the easiest way I can explain this is apparently you're driving from one track to another, from what I've heard, and apparently it's basically a straight line in a nutshell, and people are just not into that. They're not into these intermission tracks, as people call it. They rather prefer the classic 3-track lap system with games like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that done it before, and games like Mario Kart Double Dash that have the 3-lap system from before. And you get it. Any previous Mario Kart game has a classic 3-lap system, but Nintendo, on the other hand, decided to say, no, you don't get to have fun. You play our way, because fuck you, give us money. So apparently what's been happening is a lot of people have been using an in-game voting system to determine what tracks you play on, and apparently a lot of people voted random, because that makes the game more fun that way, and you don't know what you'll get. Sometimes you'll get intermission tracks, sometimes you'll get 3-lap courses. It just keeps the game fun that way. But apparently the way that Nintendo has made this change is, I guess they tried to modify the random selector to the point where if you vote random, you're going to be more likely to vote on the intermission courses, I guess is the best way to put it, and a lot of people have been really upset about this too. So this is a post that somebody has written online, and this is what they said. I cannot believe what Nintendo has done today. They saw everyone voting random online in order to play more 3-lap tracks, and really said, guess the solution is to remove 3-lap tracks altogether. Like, what the fuck? I'm genuinely in disbelief, and the lack of communication from them is even worse. I don't mind the intermissions once in a while, but playing them every single time after everyone has been actively protesting against them using the power of their votes. Dog water fan service. Can't wait to see what the YouTube community will say about all of this. So this is what doesn't really make sense to me. If you're going to have an in-game voting system and you're going to let people vote on what they want, then why in the world are you trying to dictate what people want? Why are you trying to dictate and modify the online aspect of the game just to subject people to what they don't want to play? It's bad enough that Nintendo is overcharging their video games to $80 to $90, and it's bad enough that we're seeing the game industry in such a massive rut, and they're basically following Nintendo's footsteps. But what's even worse is the fact that you're trying to dictate what people want to do in their video games, and you're trying to force people, at least in the online aspect of the game, you're trying to force them to play in an extremely specific way and no other way. Like, are you freaking kidding me? This would be like the same thing as if Activision subjected everyone in the Call of Duty community to only play Team Deathmatch 24/7, and they told everyone, yeah, you're only going to play Team Deathmatch because we said so. Deal with it. And oh boy, people online are just absolutely beyond furious with Nintendo. And rightfully so. I don't want a corporation to dictate what I want to play. If you're going to give me all these features and all of these options to play in the game, I should have a right to play whatever I want. I don't want to be dictated into whatever I am forced to play. Because you know what I do when a corporation does something like this? I outright stop playing the game and I just continue to boycott it. It's that simple. If a corporation does something I hate, I just outright avoid them. It's that simple. And it seems like a lot of other people online are also doing the same thing by going back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because at least in that game, they have what fans want and it has the content that people want. They're not being dictated by Nintendo just because they want you to play in one certain way and only one way only. It's just a stupid situation overall. And quite honestly, this is just an embarrassing one for Nintendo. I would argue to say that Nintendo just got a massive L slapped on their forehead for this one because they're just trying to force people to do what they want to do. It's just not what people want. People should play whatever they want. If they want to do 3-lap courses, let them do 3-lap courses. If they want to do intermissions, let them do intermissions. If they want to vote random and do maybe one or the other, they can do that. Don't try to modify or subject people to do one thing and one thing only. Like I've already said, this is just another L for Nintendo, and this is honestly just an embarrassing situation for them, because Mario Kart World is one of Nintendo's best-selling games on the Switch 2 right now, but seeing this news story break out, it just makes people want to think twice about getting a Switch 2, and it makes people think twice on getting the game in general. So people are going to be more likely to avoid this kind of stuff in the future, and they're just going to go back to their older games like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or any other game they prefer to play. So with this being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening, and until next time, I'm talking about the Mario Kart World controversy, and I will see you all later.